Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today we are going to start with our fourth chapter, and that is the team Moon. And actually, this chapter gives us deep insight into the first flight of mankind that was taken to the moon, and we may see that the other part of our title is the story behind Apollo 11. Apollo actually 11 was the spaceship that took three human beings into the space and to the moon. So it was not only those three people who were successful in going to moon. There was a hard work and dedication of thousands of people. So we will see during the lecture that who were the people who contributed in making this dream or project a reality. So let's start. It was actually, I'm going to give you the brief points for that. In 1969, that was the historic moment because in that year, uh, humanity actually witnessed one of its greatest milestones, and that was the first manned moon landing by Apollo 11. And we all know there is a person, I believe you must have heard his name, Neil Armstrong. So he was the first gentleman who stepped onto the moon surface, and I believe he said these famous words, that is one small step for man, but one giant leap for mankind, because he was not only himself representing him or his nation, he was representing the whole mankind. And the whole or entire world actually was holding its breath. So what we need to remember is that this achievement was not the result of just three astronauts, as I've said. Actually, it represented the hard work, dedication of around, it is said, 400,000 people who contributed their skills, their knowledge, and passion to make the mission possible. So, actually, it became a lasting symbol of human courage, innovation, and teamwork. Next, actually, we are introduced to the seamstress. The seamstresses, that is a group of ladies who actually make the space suit. Well, dear students, we all know that surface and atmosphere of moon is quite different to what we have on Earth. So the astronauts needed special suits, and that task was given to these seamstresses. And remember that these seamstresses actually used to sew the or prepare the common ladies' garments, and but they were given this extraordinary task, and that was to design and the sewing of the spacesuits that would protect actually the astronauts from the harsh condition of space as well as the moon. So it is said that every single stitch mattered because the tiniest mistake could endanger a human life. So their suits needed to be flexible yet strong, airtight yet comfortable. So actually, these women showed that even the most technical missions depend on human craftsmanship. Attention to the details must be given, and definitely the dedication. So these seamstresses actually prepared those spacesuits which was worn by the astronauts on this mission. All right, next in your lesson, the engineers have been mentioned, and we all know that building the Saturn V rocket actually that took the spaceship into the space and then moon. So that was the largest and the most powerful rocket ever built at that time. We are talking about 1969. And these engineers actually faced countless challenges like maintaining rocket stability and navigation because it is going on a great speed. And finally, because there were human beings boarded on it, so they need to ensure that the astronauts should return safe on the Earth. So, through rigorous tests and simulations and recalculations, actually they overcame all problems. And actually, their passion and motivation was not just a personal glory, but actually, they were sharing the dream of landing a human being on the moon. So, their again dedication, their brilliance, and teamwork, that was actually the backbone of the entire mission, which made it possible. And the astronauts were taken to the moon, and they landed safely on their return to the Earth. All right. Actually, after we have gone with the engineers that they made that spaceship, then comes the mission control. Because we all know that it was a great project, a huge project, and this mission control was actually in the city of Houston in United States. And actually that was it is said that that served as the nerve center of Apollo 11, because all the details and the controls were there on in the center. So the flight director, obviously he was directing and controlling the things from the Earth, and the team of controllers actually they were trained endlessly for every possible emergency. As I've been telling you again and again, that it was a case of human beings which were boarded on that spaceship. So during the moon landing, when the onboard computer started showing error messages, the calm and quick decision making of mission control actually saved the mission. And then obviously there was that historic words over the radio saying that Tranquility Base here, the Eagle has landed. So that was actually the name given to the Apollo 11. So that calm professionalism and the knowledge of everything, that reflected years of preparation and the trust between astronauts and ground team, because the astronauts, they were actually depending on for the technicalities and details on this mission control that was operating from the US city of Houston. So actually they were serving as the brain of this mission. Okay, next, dear students, we are actually introduced to a lady. Her name was Margaret Hamilton, and today we hear a lot about the software and the engineering, all that. She was actually more than 50 years back. She served as the software engineer who actually saved the mission. She was the lead software engineer for this lunar module. Well, obviously, that was not the age of computer. So she and her team coded using punch cards, all that, and she developed software that could prioritize essential tasks automatically. So she programmed everything, so which proved actually life saving when the computer loaded during landing. So she had that foresight, and because of that, the system ignored minor errors and focus on what truly mattered. So her contribution not only saved Apollo 11, but also highlighted the crucial role of engineers, or we can say women, in science and technology. So she played a great part in making that mission successful. Next, actually, we have been introduced to the unseen heroes. As I mentioned in the beginning, that the astronauts, the three of them, they received worldwide fame. Uh, but the thousands of unseen heroes actually made the mission possible. These were technicians, fuel workers, scientists, administrative staff. So, each person, no matter how small their role seemed, played an important part in this grand, huge success. So the Apollo 11 mission was not just a scientific project. Actually, we may say it was a collective symphony of human talent, each in its own field, and proving that greatness is achieved through collaboration. That is why you must have seen that the title of this chapter is Team Moon. So it was not just the astronauts, but obviously we just see the things which are visible, and the people who are working behind, they are normally not given the praise they deserve. But here in this chapter they say that we must give proper appreciation to the unseen heroes as well. All right. Actually, at that time, obviously, it was not very advanced time. The audience, as far as the audience is concerned, in fact, the whole world was the audience, because the whole scenes were telecasted live on the televisions, and millions of people across the globe watched the live broadcast. And it is said actually it was not just an American victory, it was a moment for whole humanity. So the event actually reflected human perseverance, creativity, teamwork, dedication, which actually inspired generations to dream beyond boundaries, and believe that no goal is too high when we are working together. So we see that after that there have been so many missions sent to the moon, to other, even Mars, the other space places. So but that was a defining moment, which actually was watched by the whole world, and every single human being on this earth was feeling proud of it. Okay, next actually comes the bringing of bringing the heroes home or back. So that was another big challenge. Actually, these astronauts spent around 21 hours on the moon, and Neil Armstrong, Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Actually, these were the three astronauts who were traveling in the spaceship, and together, actually, they began their journey back to Earth. And when they splashed down, actually, the spaceship landed in the Pacific Ocean. Well, the whole world was celebrating this moment. The mission was successfully completed. It was officially declared, and a victory that belonged not just to NASA, obviously the American Space Agency, but to every worker, scientist, and supporter, no matter where he is living or she is living in any part of the world. So even in supporting this mission, so they played a part in this mission. So it was a great success, because the heroes, means the three astronauts, they were brought back to the earth. All right, dear students, with that, actually, we are coming to the end of our lesson, because we have seen and gone through each of the details. And now let's see what is the final message of Apollo 11. Actually, it taught the world a timeless lesson, and that is that true progress is built on teamwork, dedication, and shared vision. As said by Neil Armstrong, it was one small step, but actually, in reality, the result of thousands of coordinating efforts. A reminder that when people unite for a common goal, definitely the impossible becomes possible. So this mission was not just about reaching the moon. It was about proving the power of collaboration, and the boundless potential of the human spirit. So with that, dear students, we come to the end of this chapter, and I hope, as I've given you the key points which have been discussed in this chapter, you will be able to read and understand this chapter very clearly, and you will be